What if I told you that you set up your photo business wrong, you set up your video business wrong, and now it costs you thousands of years and tens of thousands of dollars? And what if I told you, what if no one ever explained to you the easiest ways to go around LLC, S Corp, partnership, any way that you can do your business? That's what this video is. And after today's very short video, you're going to become a pro and setting up your photo business, your video business. And this, as you know, is part of a larger masterclass series for photographers and videographers. And if you haven't watched that, I urge you to start at the top, and that's linked down below. Watch them in order. And once you build it, like once you see how fast you learn, you can see how fast you can grow your business. It's like building the foundation of a very big home. It's made for photographers, made for videographers, directors, by me, one of you. You're probably thinking, what is an EIN? What's an S Corp? What is a C Corp? What's a DBA? What is a sole prop? What's a partnership? How do you even get an EIN? Do you need one? That's a lot. That's a lot to think about. It's a lot if no one is holding your hand, but today I'm going to do that. Okay, so let's just go breathe. I got you. Let's break this into 3 easy steps, and you're going to be a pro. Number 1 is let's talk about business structures. And let's break down the type of structures that I would do. I could only give you advice a certain way because I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an accountant, and I'd really urge you to speak to someone in your jurisdiction to make sure that you're covered. But each one has a challenge, each one has advantages, and let's go through it. Whether you're solo act or building a team, if you build the right structure, it's like building a home with a strong foundation. Now you can go two levels, 3-story home, 4-story home, and you're going to be good. But do talk, like right down here. Make sure that you talk to a tax and a legal specialist and someone that is licensed in your jurisdiction. Number 1, let's go into a sole proprietor. What is a sole proprietor? Sole proprietor, it's hard word to say. You've heard people say it, but it's in the simplest form possible. It lets you set up a business and it gives you complete control. However, your business assets, your business liabilities like mistakes, etc., are not separate from your personal ones, which means you're going to risk all your personal assets because you have a sole prop. If you own a home, you own a car, they could come after you. I would do a handful of jobs this way, assuming that they're small, like family shoots or just headshots. But commercials, like one-time events, commercial shoots, weddings, I would not risk it at all because now you're attached to your personal assets and they can come after you. That is a sole proprietor. I'm giving you like the basic lay of the land, okay? After this, we have partnerships. And with a partnership, I got some opinions about this one. If you're working with someone, this might be for you. There's 2 different types of partnerships. There is a limited partnerships, LP, and then there are limited liability partnerships, LLP. LPs have one general partner with unlimited liability. That's really dangerous. And the rest, they're going to have limited liability, but less control. So LLPs are going to give partners limited liability, not unlimited, and it's going to be protecting your assets from your business debts. Complicated. So what would I do? I wouldn't do a partnership. I would rather have 2 businesses form an alliance where they walk together, but they're not walking as one. They're going to help each other and they're going to grow together side by side. Let's go into the third type is limited liability company, LLC. We've heard these LLCs of the combine the benefits of like a partnership and a corporation. So they provide liability protection. They do that, which is great, like a corporation, meaning your personal assets are going to be safe if your business runs into trouble. Professional liability does not protect against personal negligence. Additional insurance you're probably going to be needing for that. Here is an example, personal, like a potentially an example. You're a photographer, you're going to do a wedding and you are goofing around. Maybe you've even made a mistake and had a glass of champagne and you fall in the fountain and the camera falls in there with you and the SD cards are soaked and the images and the memories of the wedding are forever gone. You need to have additional insurance, and an LLC in some cases may not protect you the way you hope that it may protect you. Another thing is tax flexibility. So you can pass the money as a pass through from the corporate LLC to the personal to avoid double taxation. And you can also elect to have like a corporate tax status if that's beneficial, but talk to an accountant. Fewer formalities, like you don't need to have a board of directors, you don't need to have annual meetings or complex record keeping like you would with other formats. So what would I do? I think LLCs are branded very well. People are like, oh, and an LLC, that's great, easy to say. My lawyer, when I was setting up my company, said I won't have the full protection, so no. You speak to your professional and see what works for you. By the way, I have a lot of courses and you can have access to me as far as online coaching. You want to have Zoom sessions with me. You want to open a studio, etc. All of that is linked down below. I do promote my services now. I've always been somewhat shy about that, but I know that they're there to help people have a straighter, safer, quicker path to the success that they deserve. Quick 10-15 second break. We'll get back to the masterclass. But if you're a photographer that is frustrated and you don't know what to do next, please join my Discord. It is complimentary. It is my contribution to the visual arts community. Videographers are in there, filmmakers are in there, and other photographers are in there. Beginner level all the way to the advanced, all different genres. The thing is, the internet isn't always as constructive and as supportive as we had hoped. So I created a little tiny pocket where you have to be vetted, and all you got to do is fill out a 2-minute application. We individually look at your application and then we let you in there. And then you join other incredible people like yourself of all levels, different places around the world, and we help each other. And I'm in there always teaching. VBA is linked down below. Please join us. Let's get right back to the masterclass. All right, let's get back. The fourth style is corporations, a C Corp and S Corp. So a C Corp, I would say no right off the bat. They're independent legal entities. They're separate from their owners. They offer the strongest protection against personal liability because they're separate, but way more regulations and potential for double taxation. Then you have what I was told to get, an S Corp. I believe that's the most common. I was always guided that way by my lawyer, by my accountant. But speak to yours again and make sure that it's right for you. But for me, that's what I opted for. And for the following reasons, there's a lot of reasons. So remember, like in this video, I'm just doing like a bird's eye view of the land so you have an idea. But the pass through taxation, which means I avoid double taxation. So profits and losses go directly to the shareholders on their personal taxes. I'm a 100% shareholder of my company. A pay structure so the owners can receive both salary and dividends, which could potentially reduce taxes. Corporate formalities. So I must follow strict rules like holding meetings and like keeping minutes. It's a pain, but you just got to do it. Limited liability, which means my personal assets are protected from the business debts. In most cases, talk to a lawyer, etc. Enhanced credibility. So if I ever want to get an investor to jump on, or banks that set loans, they can look and say, oh, it's a legit business. And then there's also tax savings on payroll. You have to have payroll as an S Corp. So you can save on employment taxes, but your salaries have to be reasonable. Now there's another one called DBA. I'm rushing through these because I know that it's not like the sexy stuff of a photo business, of a video business, but it's the mandatory stuff. So even as you're building your dream home, everybody wants to see the big beams come up and they want to see the windows and the walls and floors come in, etc. Nobody wants to talk about the importance of the infrastructure of this home, and that's what this is. Because if you build a solid foundation, it's not going to crack. Whatever you build on it is going to be just fine. All right. A DBA is a doing business as. You know how sometimes people go to the gym and then they have like their fake imaginary gym secret girlfriend, boyfriend. You're not dating, you may not even ever talk, but you're like, oh, my gym crush is here. Okay. So I equate that to a DBA. It's not official, it's just known as. And other people around you know it as. I made that shit up on the spot. So registering a DBA, you're going to be able to operate under a different name without having to create a new business. You can use a name, you don't have to create a business. It's perfect for branding. Like, so if you're a sole proprietor or like an LLC wanting a different business name. So remember, you could be sole proprietor. You are the door-to-door like Avon lady. I don't even know if they have those anymore. Or you have an LLC as a photography business. But you want to have a separate business, but you want all the checks to be written to the main parent company. A DBA should work just fine. For example, I could be Walid Azami as a sole proprietor, but I also would have a formal business name out in the market as Agency Azami. Simple. Okay, but they would write a check to Walid Azami. The final part is an EIN. It stands for Employer Identification Number. Think of it like a social security number for your business. So here's how you're going to get it. If you see on screen, it's quite simple. You just get it online. You go into the IRS website. And I believe when I got mine, it was under 10 minutes. It's crucial for tax purposes. That is what, like, if you file your own taxes, the government needs your social security number. Hiring employees, it's important. Opening a bank account, they want it. Getting a credit card, they want it. Getting paid, your clients are going to want it if you're doing commercial work. You'll need one whether you're a corporation, a partnership, LLC, etc. So down below is my Substack, which is my extension, like a blog, and I give additional information. I will link to the direct IRS website so it's easy for you. But don't forget, this is part of a larger masterclass series designed by me to help photographers and videographers like yourself. Watch the whole playlist. Start from the top, go to the bottom. I spent a lot of time on them. They're short videos. You're going to be so educated. You get your education from one source instead of the YouTube lily pad hop. Lily pads can be good, but I'm just saying when you hop all around, you suffer exhaustion. Go in a straight line, learn from someone, Google them, make sure that they have the career that you want to emulate, and I think that you will do just fine. The playlist for the rest of the masterclass is here. I'm continuously adding videos in a chronological order. Whatever questions you have, put those in the comments. And if you click subscribe, hopefully I get to teach you some more and see you again. Thank you so much.